If this was an older truck, I'd already have this whole job done because of the way that those are built. I'm gonna dive into the truck and think about what I need to do. I got these really long extensions. Maybe, cross my fingers, I can kind of daisy chain them all together with some swivel ends and get up in there and just barely get them out. I don't know. We're just gonna fight and see. So I'll let you guys know what solution I come up with at some point. Okay, so we're down to, I believe, to be the very last bolt holding the bell housing to the block. And this is not an exaggeration. This is just for my own future reference. This is what you have to use to get to it. About 4 feet of extensions with a kind of a wobble socket or a wobble extension with a 13mm deep well. So let me show you where this thing is. So you probably can't see it super duper well. I'm gonna do my best to point it out to you. But way up in here, right underneath this wire harness, there's a nut, and it's right there where my finger is. It's right there. And behind that nut is the last bell housing bolt, because the bell housing bolts are bolts on studs like these, and they have stuff attached to them. So this section right here goes into the block and holds the transmission up, and then this section is used to attach accessories like the transmission dipstick tube and things such as that. So we've got to get off that 13mm nut. The behind there is a 15mm bell housing bolt. And just for reference, I've got these bottom 2 bolts still in the trans just to kind of keep it held up. Also, there is nothing holding the transmission right now, which is kind of scary, but I mean, it's bolted to the engine. The engine's definitely not going to go anywhere. So this is just like I said, for my own future reference, if I ever have to do this again, which I really hope I don't. So once the trans is down, I'm actually going to take the transfer case off, and I will put it back on the trans after I reinstall it, just to make it a little bit more lightweight for me. So I'll catch back up with you guys once I have that thing out. Hi. Okay, I got the nut out. It's right here, 13mm. The only thing it did was hold on this bracket for these vent tubes. A little bit of overkill, GM, you think? Do you think? So now you can kind of see it a lot better now. It's right up there, holding this whole shindig together. So let's get that sucker out. I might actually wear you guys for this. Why not? We've come this far. This is a momentous occasion. Don't know if you guys are going to be able to see anything, but I'll do my best. Switching to my 15mm deep well. I took off the swivel. Honestly, it was more in the way than it needed to be, so I just took it off, and we are on it. Oh, I would love to be able to use the impact on this, the electric impact. Ooh, I'm just not going to. And there goes the light. Oh well. This is actually nuts. I think it's out. I can't tell. I think it is though. Yes, it's out. I just have to reach up there and grab it, which I don't technically have to do, but I'm gonna do it because I want victory. I want to feel victory. Come here. Oh, there it is. Hasn't seen the light of day for no telling how long. I got half a mind to not put that back. I really do. So I don't really have an order of operations of what we need to do now. There's only 2 bolts holding the trans, and I actually put those back in. So I think the smart thing to do, and this is just my thought, because I really don't want to tear up the oil pan. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run in these fasteners that hold the oil pan to the trans, because they're gonna act like supports. Because I'm gonna, you know, this I don't recommend this at all, but I'm going to use the oil pan to lower the transmission down. I've got a big block of wood over there that I'm gonna use to help me out. I just need like a center point to kind of put the jack on, and this is really the only center point that I have. So I mean, I really don't know what else to do. I don't want to cave this in or damage it, or, you know, if it gets damaged, honestly, whatever. I mean, I can always get another oil pan. You know, I'd rather replace an oil pan than a torque converter any day of the week. If you're gonna do it this way, I would at least put all the bolts back in the pan, so that way if it tries to like mushroom out or something, it's supported on all sides. So that's my advice. I feel like the trans is gonna be a lot easier coming out than it is gonna be going in. Like, I'm gonna have to do a lot of prep work before I get ready to put this thing back in, which I'm not gonna be able to put it in tomorrow because I ordered a part that I need from Chevrolet, and I gotta go to the dealership and get it. So hopefully they have it tomorrow, and I just gotta run pick it up. So, you know, I mean, fingers crossed this thing is gonna be put back together this week. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be put back together tomorrow. It really depends on the weather. The weather's supposed to get kind of bad, but I'm definitely shooting for this week. I'm not gonna say that the hard part is over. The hard part is definitely not over, but I think that we've accomplished a lot. I think the hardest part of this job is gonna be getting the trans back up in the truck. I don't know, I've been trying to find a transmission jack. I can't seem to find anybody that has one. I really don't wanna buy one. So I really don't know what I'm gonna do about that, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I've always been able to do work like this with very minimal tools. All right, I think we are finally ready. All right, theoretically, this is all we need to get the trans down. So I'm gonna prep the jack, and hopefully this doesn't destroy anything. I'm gonna be as far away from this as I can be. I mean, I don't want it to fall. All right, this is pretty daggum smart. So I've already got these bolts going across everything, and they do have nuts on the other side. And then just across the way here, you got this side. I really don't like how that's set up, because this is gonna, I mean, the transmission's gonna land right on top of this. I'll tell you what, I think instead what I'm gonna do, because I just don't see that working with the ratchet straps that I have, I'm just gonna do this, and I'm just gonna catch it. Let's see, can I do this like a pulley system? So come over this one, back under and over, and then the pressure will catch on itself, and then I can maybe slowly let the rear of this down while also having control over the front. I don't know. There we go. I wish I could tie this to something. There. Oh, this is stupid. Last bolt. Interesting. That is one outed trans. Okay, so just to recap on what happened yesterday. This is day 5 or so of working on the getting the new torque converter in the Silverado. So I've got the transmission and the transfer case laid out over here. I got a new gasket for the transfer case. I don't know if I mentioned this. It's actually in the RSX, so never mind. But I ended up, I don't think I got this on film, but I ended up tearing up the transmission dipstick tube. We ended up messing that up. So I called the Chevy dealership, and I was able to pick up the transfer case gasket from O'Reilly's, and I also bought a new dipstick tube. But it was too short. It was made for like a Tahoe or something. They didn't have a couple things I needed, so I ended up ordering from the Chevy dealership. I ordered a new transmission dipstick tube, an input shaft O-ring for the torque converter, and a couple quarts of Dextron 6. So that's all I needed. The tube won't be there till tomorrow, which is good because, yeah, Unfortunately, I don't think I can install the tube anyway. You know, I can't really install the transmission fully until the tube is up inside the truck. I tried to get it out whenever the transmission was still in the truck inside the tunnel, but I just couldn't. There just wasn't enough room, or it couldn't bend the right way or whatever. But nevertheless, we're not going to be working on the truck today anyway. It's too dadgum cold, as you can tell. So I got that stuff ordered, and it'll be at the Chevy dealership tomorrow. So nothing's going to happen today. This is just an update and showing you guys, you know, the aftermath of what went down. So I hope you're enjoying the video. I hope you're getting a lot out of it. And this video, although albeit long as it is, it will come to an end at some point. So thank you guys for your patience.
You smiling for the camera? Say, ooh, Dada, it's cold. Oh no. Oh!
Transmission's done and ready to be installed.